What's up, Church Media Pros? Today we're talking computers, and I'm going to show you the best place to buy a Mac. Welcome back to Church Media Pro. My name is Aaron Ward, and on this channel we talk about all things church media production and sometimes advertising, guys. And today I want to talk about the best place to get a iMac or Mac Pro or Mac Mini for your church at the very best price. I believe that Mac computers are probably still the most common computers in most mid to large size churches. I do think they give you an advantage in graphics, especially. You don't have to piece them together like you do, PCs. And I think in general, I've been a Mac guy for probably 20 years and have yet to get a virus. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore in the PC world, guys, but it's just one of the reasons why I left PCs so long ago and have stuck with Mac. And today I want to show you, there's a couple places. Obviously, you can go straight to the Mac store, and I'm going to show you that right away. But I want to give you some insights. I worked personally at a retail location for Mac about 12, 13 years ago, right when I was just about to get married, and or just after I got married, and it just kind of gave me some insights. I've been in contact with a couple guys that go to our church that were the Mac pro sales guys, and I'm just the commercial side of the business, if you will, and just want to iterate where I've continued to buy Macs, and if you want to do it yourself, where to do it. So let's just jump on into my screen here. And here's the ubiquitous Mac store, apple.com/shop/buymac/iMac-iMac. There's a lot of layers here already. If you were just to go to apple.com, obviously you would just pop up here and you would see the iPhone 13 Pro. We don't want to see the iPhone 13 Pro. We just want to hit the store button right here. Don't go to Mac. This is going to give you information about the current Macs. You can certainly click it if you want to do your research, guys, but most of you probably know about where you're headed and have already done your research. Now you just want the best price. So I want to focus on that today. So let's go to the store. And for me, guys, I did this about 6 months ago where I was in search of a new Mac Pro, and what I wanted actually was something with 4 or more video outputs. I didn't want to get a sidecar with with a bay of specifically HDMI outputs or USB-C outputs. I just wanted everything in the box. I wanted everything to be super user-friendly for my volunteers. I didn't want to worry about syncing, a bunch of PCI Express cards outside of my, iMac for multiple screens. And we do multiple screens, guys. I think we run 4 screens off of our iMac alone. So I wanted to get an iMac Pro because the current iMacs, and there will be a Pro coming out for the iMac soon, but the current iMacs, the newest 27 inches, only have 2 USB-C outputs. So it gives you a little bit less freedom on the output side of things. So I'm going to hit the store and then go to Mac here. And you can certainly go and check out, the 27-inch iMac here. You can check out a Mac Pro. Now, Mac Pros right now are so darn expensive that it's prohibitive for most churches. Some people might even say that the iMac 27-inch is prohibitive, but I think anything under $2,000 is a great deal right now, guys. And the sweet spot for Macs, in my opinion, is between $2,000 and $3,000. You want to be making sure that you get the best you can out of your machine right out of the box, without breaking the bank. And so I think the sweet spot of being between $1,800 and $2,600 to $2,800 is the best way to go. But I just want to show you what's available at these price ranges. So I'm going to start with these just brand new out of the box 27-inch iMacs. I don't know why I have to hit buy so many times just to get to the screen, but that's why it's shop dash or slash Mac dash Mac slash Mac iMac, just like layers and layers and layers. Anyway, so here's the base prices, and you can obviously customize from here. $1,800 being the low and $2,300 being the high here. I think there are some more possibly, or you can go and select and bump the prices up here. by adding, you know, more core, or you know, it's a 10 core 3.6 gigahertz. You can certainly add more memory. You know, 3200 or 32 gigabytes is probably what I would recommend, especially if you're editing video on this, or plan to, or using it for you know, your main graphics computers, which is what we recently did. You know, you might want to upgrade your graphics card. Now 8 gigabytes of GDDR6 is fantastic, so don't worry about that too much storage. I would definitely recommend getting at least a terabyte if you're running multiple in an SSD for sure. If you're running multiple applications at once. We use ProPresenter, we're using Spotify, we're using you know, maybe a switcher for Blackmagic. On top of that, we're using some MIDI control inside of you know, between our Ableton computer on the stage. And so you just want to make sure you have enough you know, storage to hold all the programs that you need. And then if you're doing any audio recording or video recording, you definitely want to have that maxed as much as possible. But then you can definitely do you know, externals on top of that to hold your assets. But gosh, having at least 1 terabyte saves you the time of having to delete files all the time. So the rest of this doesn't really matter too much. I would recommend you get the applicator if they make that an option anymore. I'm not sure. But that just saves you the time of you know, I've used it enough times, guys, probably more than 50% of the time in all my purchases, and I just think the peace of mind is well worth it. And on iMacs, on desktops in general, the Apple Care to your program is definitely cheaper than it would be on a laptop. So maybe not on a laptop, that's up to you, but on an iMac, I think it makes sense dollar cost wise. So just to get you in the ballpark of where we're spending on a brand new machine, and this isn't even the Pro, guys, we're looking at $3,500. And just to reiterate where we're at, I'm going to go back down to the 3.88 core, because it's going to be the most consistent with what I want to show you in other places. So one of the things that is sort of known but not as well known as it should be is the Refurbished Mac store. So if you go back to, I just want to show you where this is. You have to go down to the very bottom of the footer here, go to, I think there's a refurbished tab. Yeah, there it is, refurbish and clearance will get you here, and then you can click Mac, you can get to the spot. But I wanted to show you Mac Pros in particular, because I still think this is the best machine available as a video professional, somebody that wants to put an image on multiple screens, especially if you're using ProPresenter 7 and your one Mac is controlling multiple machines, guys. I think this is the way to go. However, these prices are still a little expensive. $3,800 is much higher, obviously, than I think we were at, what, 32 or 36 down here on this last computer that we spec'd out. Yeah, so with just the brand new 3.88 core, we're looking at $3,000 or $3,100 here. Well, if you go to the refurbished, you're looking at 38, but you're also getting more. You're not quite getting as much on the processor side, but this one is built out a little bit bigger, if I remember correctly here. Tech specs. 32 gigabytes is the same amount of RAM we had on this. The memory, guys, I believe is what we put. Yep, 32 gigabytes, and that's 2666 RAM, which is the same here. Just make sure that these are the same speed, and DDR4 is the same as the other one, just to make sure we're comparing apples to apples here. 3.2 gigahertz, 8 core, turbo boost, pretty much the same. I mean, the other one's a little bit faster, but you're not going to notice that big of a difference. 8 gigabytes of video processing. What did we say we had over here? We had, yep, pretty much the same. Radeon Pro 5500. So similar video card there. I think this is pretty much apples to apples, except this is a 5K screen and the other one is not. And the main difference between the two is getting those extra outputs. Now, is it worth to you to spend you know, $700 more for this specific machine when you can get a new one for less. I don't think that's a great price, to be honest. So moving on to my third option, this is where it gets interesting, guys. I actually go to Amazon.com and look up Apple iMac Pro 27-inch, and this one came up today. 32 gigabytes of RAM, 8-core Intel Xeon. This is also a refurbished, so don't be surprised. You know, this isn't a brand new one. Certified refurbished product, tested and certified. 3.2 gigahertz, 8-core, same processor, guys. 1 terabyte of internal storage, just with the SSD, just like the brand new 27-inch that we were looking at before. And look at the price of this, guys. $2,300, saving massively. Look at the difference. $2,300 versus $3,100. This is the brand new one, obviously, and if you got to go brand new, you can go this direction. Look in refurbished for the exact same 27-inch, but gosh, for having 4 outputs, you have the iMac Pro. It's not terribly old, guys, and this isn't something that's going to go out of date faster necessarily than the new ones. Honestly, I think the processing power you're getting out of this should last you quite a bit of time. And this even has the 10 gigabit Ethernet, which is nuts. So if you're going to be streaming or using a lot of internal bandwidth, maybe sending video assets through Ethernet, that may be a game changer for you. But this one is my big time recommend, guys, and there's only a couple of these in stock, and I do trust Amazon, guys. I don't know if any of you have had any major bad experiences, but in my experience, I've never had an issue with Amazon. So this is kind of a one in a lifetime offer here, and I would just check this out. So do your research. One last place to check before I end my search, guys, is always Costco. If your church or if you have a Costco in your area, you might have a friend that has a membership to Costco. I always recommend checking this out, because look at this. I think the one that's closest here as far as specs go is the 3.8 gigabytes of memory. This one has only the 512 SSD and only has 8 gigabytes of well, actually that's the video RAM. So yeah, 8 gigabytes of memory is a little bit short. I mean, 3200 is what we're looking, or 32 is what we're looking for on the Apple site. And these ones unfortunately can't be customized, so unless you really need that 32 gigabytes, you could get away with this one, guys, and the price is even cheaper than the Amazon price here. So I would recommend just making sure that you price things apples to apples, or as much as possible, guys. I think iMacs right now are the best way to run ProPresenter in your churches. I don't recommend Mac Pros. I don't recommend getting the old trash can Mac Pros either. You might find one of those for super cheap on eBay or on a refurbished site or something like that. But the iMac Pro is probably the best way to get ProPresenter 7, multiple screens to multiple venues, to multiple, to your iMag, to your mother's room, to your lobby, to your, if you have side screens along with your center screen. These sorts of things are pretty common right now, and so having the ability to run 4 outputs. Now we even run a second monitor on our 27-inch iMac Pro. We have the 27-inch monitor, and then to the side of it we have an even small one, just to give the volunteers even more real estate from a screen perspective. We have Spotify over here, and then we have ProPresenter over here, and all just little widgets here and there. We have a projector on and off little widget that we created, a web interface that one of our guys, a programmer, member at our church, did that for us, and that's been fantastic. We've had all of our MIDI information from the Ableton computer on stage is located on the second monitor. We really wanted the decluttered look of ProPresenter on one screen, and then all of our peripheral stuff on the second screen, and that's what we've been used to. We used to have a trash can Mac Pro previous. So I hope you found this information valuable, guys. If you did, please smash the like button, hit subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get more videos just like this. If you like coffee and video production and church production, guys, do me a favor and run over to friedrichscoffee.com. I'll link this shop in the description below. They are members of our church, guys. They roast coffee phenomenally. It's specialty roasted coffee. You can get flavored coffee, but even the flavored coffee comes from freshly roasted beans that they flavor right there after they're roasted, and it goes out directly to a UPS truck the same day it's roasted, the same day it's flavored, these sorts of things, guys. So it's fresh coming to you. If you are in the 48 continental United States, use code FREESHIPUSA at checkout to get yourself free shipping anywhere in the continental United States, guys. And that does support the channel, so that's why I'm shilling it to you right now. We love you. Thank you so much, and God bless.